We've been joined by a guy who probably gets more FaceTime than any other analyst, commentator, talking head on TV, Steve Adubato. And I see you've brought your son with you wearing the Seton Hall Pirates hat. I hate Seton Hall with a passion, but that's okay.
My son Nick is with me. He's 14 years old. He loves you here on WABC. Let's say he leans politically in a certain direction.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
To the left.
No.
Oh, actually to the right. He's a New Jack.
Let's just say I'm not sure exactly where he picked up those views.
Well,
not in our home.
It wasn't from his grandfather, and it wasn't from you. I can assure you that.
He's an independent thinker.
But anyway, you have won Emmys, and you are regularly seen on PBS's flagship WNET and NJTV. But I have a feeling with this brand new premiere episode, State of Affairs, that you've got another Emmy coming.
Curtis, let me tell you, I've got Ambassador Phil Murphy this weekend on State of Affairs. In all seriousness, talking taxes, pension, what the Republicans are going to do with the ACA. And you're going to play this stuff and trivialize the important issues of today.
The former ambassador, Phil Murphy,
that's right,
who wants to become John Corzine, Daddy Warbucks, number 2.
Wants to become governor of New Jersey.
And buy the governorship like Corzine did.
That's how you choose to frame it.
He's spending millions of dollars.
Phil Murphy can choose to frame it on his own. I pressed him hard, as you know I always do, and every other candidate, major candidate running for governor of New Jersey, to replace Governor Chris Christie.
What do you make of Murphy? Because obviously he's not as well known as John Corzine was, coming from Goldman Sachs and obviously having not necessarily the greatest personality, but he was, I think, a better known millionaire. What is different about Murphy than from what the New Jersey residents are used to from Corzine?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say this about Phil Murphy. He's got an engaging personality. He's easy to talk to. And I remember Corzine, as we all do. Corzine was awkward in public, to be very candid. He wasn't all that great on television. Murphy's interview on State of Affairs on PBS this weekend, WNET, NJTV, WHYY, and FiOS, he will speak for himself. He's learning the issues. He's getting into this late. Yes, he put a lot of money out, $10 million of his own dollars right away. But it isn't going to be money alone, Curtis, that's going to win this race. I say post-Donald Trump, people are more independent than ever before. And you're going to have more than money. You have to have a stand on issues that people are going to respond to. And he's going to have to beat a lot of other people to win this race.
Now, he's in the shadow of the outgoing governor, your friend, person you've had many sit-downs and interviews with, both in a friendly manner and an adversarial manner.
Both.
El Jefe Shamu, Chris Christie.
Now, come on. What are you going to... Let me tell you, I came to the studio, and you promised me you'd play it straight.
Well, on PBS they do, but not on the Curtis Sliwa show.
Let me tell you, when you come on my show on PBS, you don't do this. You act totally...
Well, that's your house. In fact, let me relate to people. People don't know this. I was at the U.S. Open. I was forced to go there because I hate tennis.
Yes, we know.
By my former boss.
You hate golf, too, but go ahead.
Right, but I jumped off a train that had stalled. I ran to catch a connection in New Jersey to join you in a studio.
That's right.
And your other guest that day was then Governor John Corzine, who actually in the green room had quite the personality. He was telling jokes. He was sociable. Then he gets on with you. And he becomes this stiff big bird with this dumb beard on. You know that off camera,
yes,
the guy had a great personality.
Something happened. Now, when you were talking to him, was he engaging with you? Was he fun with you?
Oh, he was telling jokes. He had memory. Right. You know, he was...
And Governor Chris Christie, in spite of all the nasty things you say about him, I bet you he'd be the same way with you.
I never met him. I was one of his initial supporters when he left the U.S. Attorney's office because Rudy Giuliani was his mentor when said he would run for the governorship. I got smacked around in the Republican primary. But I actually, as much as I fat shame him, I have never met Chris Christie. And I have a feeling if he ever had become the U.S. Attorney General in the Trump administration, I'd be on Gitmo as we speak.
No. You think Chris Christie has that kind of vengeful personality?
Absolutely.
What? Come on.
It's in the veins and arteries of everybody in New Jersey.
But you think it's a Jersey thing?
Give me a prediction. What do you think will become of Chris Christie now that he's playing out his last term in office?
I think Governor Chris Christie, who I've had adversarial conversations on the air with, if he were to come on State of Affairs, it would be the same way. He speaks his own point of view. And I'll say this. I think he wants to make a lot of money. He may be in your business as a sports guy at another place. I think he could be at a major conservative television station. I think he could be at a law firm. I think his career in public life, he's going to have to ask himself if he really wants to be in it anymore. This presidential campaign was very tough for him.
Well, we know where to find you, the PBS flagship station, WNET and NJTV. And now with the debut of State of Affairs, it debuts tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow morning on NJTV, WNET, WHYY, and FiOS. So my first guest is Ambassador
Murphy.
That's right.
The John Corzine wannabe. By the way, why don't you have me on so I can talk about Jose Joey Torres, that crook from Paterson, New Jersey?
Would you come on State of Affairs?
Oh, absolutely.
And you'll be the PBS.
I can tell you about all the affairs I've had in my life that have gotten me into hot water.
You'll be the PBS Curtis Sliwa.
Yeah, that's right. You'll actually give me some intelligentsia.
You know, there's so many Curtis Sliwas. By the way, my son has been smiling the whole time. He likes seeing me get embarrassed on the air or any place. He just enjoys it.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, Adubato Jr., Steve Adubato Jr., and give my best to your daddy in Newark, Adubato
He
Sr.
loves you, too. And by the way, we're going in the Garden tonight, Seton Hall playing Villanova. We got any chance?
I want Villanova to smash them. Smash it!
Why would he come on?